welcome back to my channel. It is Amanda. Today I have the Zoya Naturel 5 Transition Collection for you. This is the collection they release in between winter, holiday, and spring. It's a good transition collection. Again, we have a 5-piece collection and a Hot Lips lip balm. Zoya did send this collection to me for review, so let's get to the swatches. And I'm, of course, going to read Zoya's descriptions to you. The first polish is called Chelsea, and this is described as a powdered blush cream. This is a very light blush cream polish. It almost looks white, but it's not quite white. There's like the tiniest hint of blush to it. For this swatch, I did 3 coats. I have very ridgy nails. I mention this all of the time. So I typically need an extra coat if something is close. I do think that if you wanted to use an opacity building base coat, I know Moonshine Manny has one, or even just a ridge filling base coat, I think that this would still look pretty, into, but for me and the ridges, I needed the 3 coats to completely smooth everything out. I always like this color and I always like how it looks on other people, but I don't ever want to wear this color because I just feel like I'm gonna get it dirty immediately. Anyway, it's a pretty color. It's a nice spring neutral, and that is Chelsea. The next polish is called Sutton, and this is described as a muted pinky nude cream. And same as Chelsea, this needed 3 coats. If you have ridges, you're probably going to want a smoothing base coat, something like that, because with these lighter colors, ridges really look prominent. So this one needed 3 coats to be completely opaque. It had a nice formula. There were no issues with running or pooling. It wasn't a thin formula, but it's a little more sheer, and that is Sutton. The next polish is called Evan, and this is described as a softened saddle cream, which is such a whimsical color description. This one covers in 2 coats. This one is obviously a darker color, a slightly darker color, so it's more easily opaque. I really liked Evan. I think that this is a really pretty transition brown. It's not like an overwhelming color, but it's still very pretty. It's a nice kind of let's get through these gross months before we get to the brights color. That's how I think, at least. And that is 2 coats of Evan. The next polish is called Parker. This polish is described as a warm grayish. Again, this one needed 2 coats to be completely opaque. I still like this color. I still think that this is a nice January, February, simple but still pretty sophisticated color. Great formula, and that's 2 coats of Parker. And then the last polish is called Elise, and this is described as a gentle aubergine cream. This is, of course, the darkest shade in this collection. This one covers in 2 coats. This, of course, has a beautiful formula, and it only needed 2 coats to be completely opaque, and that's Elise. The Hot Lips that came with this collection is called Sweet Tart. This is described as a shimmering purple mauve. This is sort of a lip treatment, lip color in one. So these are not very opaque glosses, but they add a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of shine. They are very comfortable to wear, and they smell like candy, like sweet candy. Delicious. I don't know if you're supposed to eat them, but they smell real good. So that is Sweet Tart. You can purchase the Naturel bundle, which includes 5 polishes and the Hot Lips and 5 Z-Wide brushes and a Remove Big Flipper for $49. That is a really great price. Zoya Remove is my absolute favorite. Acetone, it's all I use. And I really do enjoy the Z-Wide brushes. I forgot to mention at the beginning, but I did apply all of these with the Z-Wide brush. I do think that makes a difference, especially for the very light colors like Chelsea and Sutton. I think the Z-Wide brush makes a big difference in, applying more polish without gumming up your nail with excess polish. I love the Z-Wide brush. I honestly wish that they just came with the Z-Wide brush and we didn't have to switch them out. Typically the Naturel collection is never my favorite because I'm this. Like, I like purples, pinks, brights, greens, blues. I like dark, saturated jewel tone colors. But I like this because it's not really warm or cool. I feel like, yes, some of these colors might be a little more warm or a little more cool, but altogether I think it looks very neutral. Is that just me? Am I wrong? I think this is a really pretty collection, and if you love neutral nail polishes, I think that you would enjoy this. So let me know which was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video.